So in the previous video, I used gradients to create a height map variation on a mountain. And before moving on to doing it a different way, I thought maybe I'd try the same thing again, except this time playing around with some of the blur options. So I'll make a selection again right off the bat. I'm going to go in and I'll get out my eraser tool and erase things more or less within that selection. I'm not going to be too fussy about it, but there we go. I'm going to go ahead and select my gradient tool. I'm going to do square as a shape again. I might adjust the color, the value, just take it up a tiny bit more. And let's go ahead and create that. We'll hit enter. And then I think I'm going to go to filters and I'm going to go to blur. And I think I might use the variable blur. No, not the variable blur. Let's try something different. Let's do, let me see, filters, blur. I think maybe a median blur. And I can sort of just play around with these settings a little bit, like what the radius is going to be. I guess I'll leave, okay, let's leave the radius lower and get something a little more extreme percentile-wise, take that down quite a bit. And then the alpha percentile, I'm not even sure that that's that big of a deal. But that way I can get a little bit more control over what's happening here. I think maybe, too, if I go to mode, I can maybe make some changes. Dissolve's probably not a great idea. Yeah, we're not going to do dissolve. Just leave it on normal, I suppose. And I'll go ahead and I'll say OK. Now, it's not a huge difference between what I had done, but I think I was able to control a little more gradation here. And then from there, I'll do what I was doing before. I can go ahead and maybe draw in here a little bit, do a little bit of smudging and smearing. Affect things just a little bit more so that becomes less pyramidal in nature. But maybe we can still get some peaks happening. Go ahead and select all. And we'll go ahead and smudge some of this stuff out. Make it a little less symmetrical. But now I should be able to have something that works a little bit better and seems a little bit more mountain-like when I convert it into a 3D image. All right, so we'll stop there, and next thing we'll deal with is maybe doing and applying some distortions.